Hi, this is Carrie Gatto with Keller Williams Realty, and today on Let's Get Down to Business, I am interviewing Jennifer O'Hare, who is owner of Belle Box Co. Hi, Jennifer. How are you?
Hi, Carrie. Thanks for having me.
You're so welcome. Could you start us off by describing your business for us?
Absolutely. Belle Box Co. is an artisan gifting company. At the end of the day, it's inspired by timeless tradition and human connection. We are a family-owned and operated company. My mother has joined on, and my sister works with me part-time. And we just take so much pride in our curated gift designs and our locally sourced signature wood and white pine box, and even down to our hand-tied bows and embellishments. So whether we're working with companies or businesses where gifting is like a consistent part of the workflow, or if we're working with those who are planning large social or corporate events, we want to help them show up in the best possible way. So at the end of the day, like showing up for those memorable moments, those milestone moments truly is important to us. We just think gifting is such a beautiful way to nurture personal and professional relationships. And we're really honored. We feel really privileged to be a part of that with our clients, like that we get to be a part of these events or these relationships and connections that they've fostered. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's great. And can you tell me more about what it means that it's artisan gift giving?
Yes. So it is the items are handpicked, and everything is hand assembled. And like I said, down to our bows, our hand-tied bows, our embellishments, which usually are some dried floral bunches, which we are hand wrapping ourselves, hand picking ourselves.
Wow.
So we've actually made this promise that, it's part of our presentation, is part of our customer service, I guess, is our beautiful presentation. And so we've kind of made it our promise and our mission to never outsource our fulfillment, because it is truly about that. It's truly about like the artisan way of creating this gift from the very beginning, from the visioning stages with somebody, a client, or and executing their vision all the way through, truly down to like hand tying that bow and packaging and shipping. So
Wow, that's really unique. That's great.
yeah.
And what inspired you to start this business?
So I spent the better part of my career in a corporate setting. I was, the ladder climber,
Mhm.
basically building something by someone else's design. And I really truly had like the dream job. I was a retail merchant for a Fortune 100 company for 14 years.
Wow.
I traveled the world. No day ever looked the same, which was pretty awesome because I love kind of like that spontaneity and like, being able to kind of ebb and flow and critical thinking and problem solving. And then I got to play with fabrics, and I got to, have a piece of design and product innovation and attend fashion shows and trade shows. Like it's all glamorous now. And I got to use the left side of my brain, like the analytical piece and strategic piece was also hugely important to me. So it really was like the perfect scenario of a job, like at that time. So this is like pre-kids. And then upon starting a family, I just started to realize like so much of my time, my energy, and my identity was like wrapped up in this job as well as this company. And I really was like, there must be other women, especially moms, like busy moms, like struggling with this same thing, like not being able to show up in the way that they wanted to show up. I worked over 70 hours a week. I was traveling constantly and having a really hard time, like showing up for the moments I wanted to be at. And so whether that was like an important gymnastics practice, or I even struggled like showing up for certain birthday parties, which is so sad. But if a flight or a train was canceled, some of those things were out of my control. So it really got me thinking like, there's definitely other people struggling with this. how can I do my best to like help people create those experiences while still being a professional working mom? So I started just kind of like dabbling in like creating gifts, and, you know, people would ask me to create gifts, like especially curated gifts, because of my background in like brand discovery and making things look very aesthetically pleasing, and just that understanding. I started kind of like playing around with that and then started offering them to people. And that's kind of where I was like, oh, there must be like something to this. So I started doing it on the side while I was still working in corporate. And then it just kind of like, I wouldn't say blew up, but it was like all of a sudden I was getting larger requests, I should say. So things for bridal parties, like, oh, can you do all my bridesmaids gifts? Can you do all my baby shower gifts? You know, and like instead of favors, because at that point we were kind of in the middle of the pandemic. So people were doing a lot of things virtually.
Okay.
And so people were sending a ton through the mail. So even if they were having a baby shower virtually, and in lieu of like, you know, renting a hall and it being like this big to do, they'd spend the money on sending people these beautifully curated gifts to enjoy this virtual party together. So I was inspired by that, and just like, how do I pull in like the fact that we are so, during the pandemic, yes, it's a good and bad thing, but like so far removed from these in-person connections, right? And like everything is done digitally. So like, where else can we create touch points? And so gifting really is like another touch point to like nurture that relationship. So I started kind of like looking into the business model and the idea, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I think this could work. And it's a really good blend of my experience and skill set. So that's my long-winded way of saying like, it truly was built out of like a need, but also just, you know, something that I was like passionate and excited about.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Oh. So how are you full time in the business now?
I am. I'm proud to say I'm full-time in the business now. And we actually offer two different ways to gift with us at the moment. So it's pre-curated, ready to ship gifts. So anyone can come in off the site. You're still going to get a lovely experience. You can personalize as needed. We offer like custom laser engraving, personalized drinkware, all sorts of things that you're able to do with the beautiful touches in terms of like handwritten note cards. Like, when was the last time you sent a handwritten note card? You know, those things go a long way.
Yeah.
So you can gift with us that way, but then you can also gift with us, and really where our bread and butter is custom gift design. And it truly is full service, right down to local delivery or even local pickup. So, and that's like from the ground up. There's obviously a minimum because I work with my vendor partners as well. But that's truly from the ground up. And we want it to be an execution of whatever goal you're setting, or like your gifting intention, the reason why you're sending these gifts. We want it to be an extension of that vision. So.
Wow, amazing. And you're based out of Waltham, right?
I am. So I am actually born and raised in Waltham, and I live there now. But our studio location is actually my childhood bedroom. And I am like, and maybe a few other rooms, right, in that house. But I'm super proud to say that, because, you know, it allows us to keep those operational costs at bay at the moment until we outgrow it. And I'm happy to say that. I think it's great that like we have that opportunity to do that now.
Yeah, I do too. That's amazing. And how far does your reach go? I mean, are you a national?
We are a national brand. We can ship nationwide. We will take, like per request, we will ship outside the country, but it's per request. But we do offer, like I said, local pickup at our studio, but then we also offer local delivery for the larger custom orders, up to 150 miles from our location. So that's been really nice that we're able to offer that. And a lot of times that involves the meeting and greeting of the client, which I kind of like.
Yeah, fun and super personal.
Yes.
That's great. What do your clients say they love most about your services?
I think our clients would say they love most about our services is overall like our attention to detail. Like as you said, that's the reason why I felt like it was very it was needed that our artisan gifting was in the title of our logo and our branding, because we truly pride ourselves on that. Another thing people really love that I've been hearing like positive feedback on is that we do try to source from local wholesale partners. We think it's very important to primarily source from local and small businesses. But I also blend that with, household brands that everybody knows and loves, because that's my background, right? I've worked with plenty of household brands. I think there's a time and a place for both. So, but there are a good amount of our clients that are local, especially want really to feel that local flair, if you will, inside their gifting concept. So I think that's really important, even down to our box, which is, like I said, sourced and manufactured in very, very locally in New England. So, yeah, so we pride ourselves on that. And then like I think in general too, like the willingness to just help, right? In any way possible. So being so custom, like having that custom arm of our business is truly what I love to do. We are also about relationship building, right? Like this started from wanting to keep those connections. So I'm not looking to build a short-term relationship with my clients who come to gift with me. I'm looking to build a long-term one where they can use me both personally and professionally and feel really comfortable that I'm not going to only deliver amazing service and help them get to whatever goal they're trying to get to, right? So if it's just warmly welcoming in for a social event, that's amazing. But then maybe somebody also on the flip side wants to do that. And then like 6 months later, they also own a business and they want to make sure that they're gifting their team members something really special and meaningful for holiday, So like the idea that it kind of blends all the way through and that they can have a trusted gifting partner is really what I'm going for. Because that's how I would want to be treated. So that's how I want to offer that to people. So our willingness to help and figure it out and brainstorm and strategically brainstorm, especially if it's a company, a corporation looking to honor either their clients or their employees, like or like any type of referral or retention strategy, we're happy to walk through what we've done in the past, what we think might be great gifts for that, right? In order to kind of achieve those goals. So well, if we can do it, we will, Yeah.
Well, it seems like it would take a lot of the guesswork out of gift giving as well to just have someone in your corner that handles that for you, no matter what it is. Yeah. So lastly, do you have any tips for other mompreneurs or even a funny story that you might share?
I mean, funny stories happen every day. I'm sure you can relate to that in terms of having kids around all the time. And I think like just in general, a tip of mine would be to just like give yourself grace, right? I feel like I allow for a lot of blending, of work and personal life. That's not to say I'm at the park on my phone, right? But it is to say that I have found peace in having my children see me on my computer, right? And working, or certain times where I have to say, it's okay, you can wait 5 minutes to have this drink or this snack until mommy finishes this email. And, are there days where that's more frustrating than others? Of course. But I also give myself the permission to put away the computer if it's just gotten to a point where I'm like, I can't blend today, right? I can't blend it today. I have to either time block it, find somebody else to help on either end. But yeah, I mean, that would be my only tip, is just like, give yourself grace and give yourself the permission that, you know, not every day is going to be perfect. And so it just needs to work for you. And maybe what works for you today might be different than what will work for you the next.
Yeah. Yeah. Give yourself grace. That's
Yes.
awesome. Thank you.
Yes.
So best way to contact you and learn more for viewers?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're on Instagram and Facebook at Belle Box Co, Belle Box Co. And then our website is www.belleboxco.com. And you can inquire about custom gifting right on the site, or you can just email me at jennifer@belleboxco.com. It's pretty easy peasy.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Jennifer. Appreciate your time.
Thanks, Carrie. Appreciate it.
Thank you for watching, everyone. We'll see you next time on Let's Get Down to Business. Take care.